Hey, what's going on, world? It's your boy at Big Game James _36, and this is Big Games BS, part of Den Media Group, presented by the MFTKFoundation.com. 7-on-7 season's ramping up. These kids getting on my nerves. MFTK is all I can say. Getting things prepared to move forward. Man, been trying to juggle talent in a talent acquisition business. So anybody want to come follow our moves and see the different things that we have going on, make sure you follow MFTK Foundation. Go to MFTKFoundation.com. Go to @MFTK7v7. We will be uploading tons of content over the next few days. You can see our tryout. Our first tune-up tournament is this weekend. We'll have some of the local talent for our, I don't even want to call it. I hate when people say A team or B team, but we have a team with mostly just Jacksonville guys that are really, really good that we're going to showcase. And then we have a team that's more of our showcase team. Both teams are really, really good and impressive. And then next weekend, we're going to be really pushing stuff out, running like a chicken with my head cut off, trying to whoa. Found out somebody died. Wow. Dang. It's crazy when you see somebody you haven't talked to in a while and you see that kids post something, you're like, dang, I didn't know that happened. That person passed, man. Yeah, there's people's dying that's never died before. Anyways, though, probably got a jam-packed show. Some good game last night. Hopefully you guys watched it. We'll talk about it. I'm pretty sure we will discuss more things when it comes to NIL stuff. Before we get into this, I just want y'all to know, as a family, I am sick of y'all complaining and bitching about this NIL and the players getting paid and all these other different things. Please find a hobby that's not counting other people's money. It is not. It's the game. I was talking to one of my good friends, Kyle, who's with Seminole Boosters, and I'm like, the game has never been more popular than it's been before. The storylines, like, y'all have been hoodwinked, bamboozled, run amok, led astray. All these kids in the portal are not chasing bread. Some of these kids have been placed in the portal. Now, we do have situations like the Twins. But I will reiterate over and over again, some of y'all are listening to us at your job not doing work. Some of y'all have applied for, some of y'all have a very active LinkedIn profile. Or what's that other shit where people go to get jobs? Indeed profiles. You bought the premium subscription. You are leveraging work. Like, they learn it from you. If you ain't sat your ass down at the job for 30 years, but you expect the kids to do it, when there's real money on the line, man, listen, God bless them. If they can figure out the bread, figure out the bread. I'm all for colleges standing their ground. But when you suck, when you ugly, you got to sing the love songs, man. Like, that's you gotta. You don't want to lose the girl to the other dude. You gotta be in the desert in leather. Like, you gotta go 90s R&B, or you just gotta go dark skinned rapper. It just be like, man, fuck them bitches. But all in all, man, just a lot of different things going on in the college football landscape. I love it. I enjoy it. I, in turn, hate it. Not just because, I got to see the U do stuff. That should have been a PI, by the way. Yeah, but I lost my bet with Hard Rock, but it was free money, so it doesn't really matter. I had a no sweat bet for $10, and I had a $10 $10 where they let you bet. Like they bet for me, so it was like cool. It was all right, cool. I bet Ole Miss will win and Indiana will win, but I do know this. I don't think this Miami team can't play like they played with against Indiana. But all in all, let's start our show off because we need to cleanse the timeline. And I know a lot of people are hurting right now. And you know who can help heal you?
You already know what time it is, dog. Thank you, God, for another day. Thank you, God, for another day. Thank you, God. God is great. All the time. All the time. Nobody wanna thank you, God. Thank you, God. Go.
You motherfuckers better thank God. That's what you better do. Because it could be worse. Could be better. We shall see. But on that note, what we got going on, Jaden? Jay? Oh, you got to add him to the stage?
Hello?
Yeah, now we got you now. Yeah.
Okay. My bad. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Big Games BS here on Friday, January 9th. This is your first time at the show. Welcome. And if you wonder why it's called Big Games BS, is because we bring the good, the bad, and the BS of the sports world, especially football, to your screens, eyes, and ears. We're going to start off our show with some college football talk. We're going to discuss FSU before getting into the Miami versus Ole Miss matchup that happened last night. Talk about the transfer portal, some notable players in the portal, and talk about a college's staff members. Then we're going to transition to the NFL. We're going to be looking at the NILs first, the Noles in the league who are in the playoffs. These are the Seminoles in the NFL who are representing their franchises in the playoffs. Gonna look at the Jags, talk about Mike McDaniel, the Dolphins head coach, getting let go. Look at the playoff picture, some fantasy players in the wide receiver and tight end categories, players of the month, all pro teams, some parlays as well before finishing off our show with our Big Games of BS segment, where we do a food review segment to kick off that, and that is called our BS or Bussin' segment. We're going to finish off our show with that food review segment. Can't wait for that. But first things first, before we get into the Ole Miss and Miami game, I'm going to share this with you all. Let's talk about FSU. So Florida State DB Shamar Arnaud has announced he will enter the portal. He had 27 tackles, 19 of them were solo, and a pass breakup for the Seminoles this season. I know this was a young star that the Seminoles wished to keep on their roster. 27 tackles, 19 solo, and a PBU this year. Just another person to go into the transfer portal for the FSU Seminoles, coming off of the Desir twins announcing they will be entering the portal. Big loss for the Seminoles right there as well as some other linemen who have announced they're in the portal as well. Earl Little on the defense, he withdrew his name from the draft, just to announce he's going into the transfer portal as well on the defensive side of the ball. And now it looks like Shamar Arnaud has announced he will enter the transfer portal as well. Just want to keep you guys updated with FSU and some of the more notable players, some of the more buzzworthy players on the FSU squad. But everybody in the chat, I know we're starting off the FSU dialogue early just because of the college football game that happened last night. But let us know what you think of this transfer portal announcement right here. Like I said, young player, promising player, definitely had a lot of upside on the defensive side of the ball with FSU, but defensive backs with Pat Surtain getting let go of his position as well, and a new regime coming in, new GM as well. A lot of these position groups probably want to hit the portal just to explore a fresh new start with a fresh new organization instead of having a fresh new start with the same organization. So this is just one of the many players, many noticeable players, noteworthy, players that has entered the portal for FSU. And looks like James is getting back. So James, my question to you is, man, how big of a miss will Arno be for that FSU defense in the near future?
I mean, I think when you look at what you got in the portal, it kind of saves face for what you have right now. But down the road, he was going to be a big miss. He was a big get, so you can't say he's not a big miss. But we'll see. Like the portal giving, the portal take it away. I think I just don't understand the mindset or how they're going about constructing the roster as much as I would like to. There's a young man from Tallahassee, from Florida High, that went to FIU and is getting shit. He's been at where was he at? He was at Wisconsin. He's at Arizona State, he's at Virginia, that you could have easily filled into some of the backfield with, and his dad is alumni. So it's like some of the shit just doesn't make sense. But whatever, man. Like but they got a plan. Might not be a good one, but it looks like a plan.
It looks like a former quarterback of ours has a new plan on his schedule because he has committed to a team from the transfer portal. That is Brock Glenn, James. Brock Glenn committed to Western Kentucky. Also, some news: Cam Davis committed to Liberty as well. Running back Cam Davis committed to Liberty, but Brock Glenn committed to Western Kentucky, and also have Mr. Cam committing to Liberty. How do you see those fits for those two former Seminoles when you understand they hit the portal?
Brock Glenn probably will. That's probably the level that Brock Glenn probably should be at. I think he'll do fine there. Get a fresh start. And I think the world of Cam Davis. I really wish he would have been able to get in the Big Ten or the SEC. I can see maybe in like a year or two him probably making another transfer. After he's kind of shown himself, they bulked him up too much here. Couldn't handle it. Messed his ankle up pretty good. Great kid. I think one of the problems is he's too great of a kid. And this, like, for all you guys bitching about these athletes, one of the biggest problems that these athletes are doing is they're not treating their bodies like the investments that they are. If you can't go, you can't go. Fuck what them people say. Because they're going to chew you up and spit you out, just like the NFL will. So, like, this has become the NFL light on both sides of it. So, but for the most part, everybody has been treating one side like it's a pro factory, but the young men have been really treating themselves as amateurs that are just students. But I think once he gets back to a comfortable weight, he's going to be explosive. He's a hard runner. He should do very, very well in a in a Billy Napier. No, Billy Napier's I keep forgetting that's not where they're at. But Liberty is one of those G5s that are going to always win 10 games, that are going to be popping up to win, to potentially be in the college football playoff, while the school that he left is right now struggling to find an identity. And it's a little aggravating. But again, good kid. I really hope the best for him.
Let's get into the college football playoff semifinal matchup between the Miami Hurricanes and the Ole Miss Rebels. It looks like Lane Kiffin won't be getting another playoff bonus because Miami defeated Ole Miss 31-27 in the excuse me, Verbo Fiesta Bowl all the way in Arizona. So let's take a look at this game and discuss the ins and out of the semifinal matchup. So let's start with the winners. Miami, Carson Beck, 23 of 37, 268 yards, averaged 7.2 yards per completion through 2 touchdowns and 1 interception. That was a tipped interception as well. Trinidad Chambliss, 23 of 37, averaged 7.5 yards per completion, threw for 277 yards, 1 touchdown on the day as well. Mark Fletcher Jr., man, 6 yards a carry, 22 carries, 133 yards. But Shamar Brown scored a rushing touchdown for the Hurricanes as well as Carson Beck scrambling to get that fourth quarter touchdown. Ole Miss rushing Kawan Lacey, definitely one of the better running backs in college football. 11 carries, 103 yards. He averaged 9.4 yards per carry. Did get banged up in this game with a hamstring injury as well. Keelan Marion for Miami receiving 7 receptions, 114 yards, and 1 touchdown. And Malachi Tony, 5 receptions for 81 yards and 1 receiving touchdown as well. And for your Rebels, Daquan Wright had a receiving touchdown on the day, had the sole receiving touchdown, but Dejon Stribling led the Rebels in terms of receiving yards on the day. So we're going to scroll down to the defensive side of the ball. So in terms of your defensive line, Ruben Bain, somewhat of a quiet day, 1 total tackle, 1 solo tackle as well. Akeem Mesidor, 4 total tackles, 4 of them were solo as well. Only 1 TFL for the Miami defense's game, only 1 sack, and 6 passes defended for that Miami defense as well. Team stats for you guys. So in terms of first downs, the Hurricanes had 5 more than the Rebels. This was a big area of improvement for the Rebels in the near future. On third down conversions, they were 2 of 10. The Miami Hurricanes were 11 of 19, and the Hurricanes were 2 of 2 on fourth down conversions. The Miami Hurricanes had 61 more total yards of offense than the Ole Miss Rebels. In terms of passing numbers, the Rebels had they had 9 more passing yards than the Hurricanes, but the Hurricanes had 70 more rushing yards. Hurricanes were penalized more throughout this game. They had 10 penalties, losing 74 yards, while the Rebels had 4 penalties, losing 34. And the Hurricanes had a turnover courtesy of Carson Beck throwing the interception, but the Hurricanes had 41 minutes of time of possession compared to Ole Miss having just 18 minutes of time of possession in this game. What a great semifinal matchup out west between Miami and the Ole Miss Rebels. OptaStats have a post right here. Miami is the only FBS or NFL team in the last 20 years to hold the ball for 40-plus minutes, amass 400 yards of offense, convert 10-plus third downs, convert multiple fourth downs, have 4 drives of 13-plus plays, all in the same game, regular or post-season. And Miami made it big. So Miami has earned $20 million for the ACC with their trip to the national championship. And the Hurricanes are going to keep 100% of it because they're not required to split the college football playoff payouts. So they're going to be keeping the whole 20.
Thanks, Florida State, for negotiating that deal. It looks really bad. Like we're getting, like it's a lot of people bad, but like it took a lot. Like this is like an anomaly, man. So like we really expected Clemson or Florida State to be in this position. Miami hasn't done anything in like almost in like two and a half decades. So like kudos to them. I don't know if it's sustainable. Like this year, like they caught lightning in the bottle, and everybody who keeps bitching about NIL, all right, no hate, right? Let's remove the fact that this is the University of Miami, and I'm not wearing this is Shout out to my dog Carson Beck, Mandarin U. I just want to say though, like, so like, it took a lot to get them there, and they almost lost the game that Mario normally loses. But they had a 40. They had a, was it 40 to that? They had 2/3 of the game. They control the ball. So like that fortunately, Ole Miss's defense, they scored with too much time left. And then they still almost scored.
Yeah, again.
So I just want to, like, again, this is not poo-poo because at the end of the day, they're where they're at, right? And congratulations, kudos to that. This is all Lane Kiffin's fault. They did this with they were doing that with 2 offensive staff members. Like a lot of Ole Miss staff was at LSU with bigger than that. Charlie Weiss Jr., and I can't think of the running backs coach name. They were on official visits the weekend before. So they are going between Baton Rouge and Oxford. Like they're hosting the next generation of guys that they got to coach. Like, and they still almost made it to the national championship. And Carson's not getting there. And you gotta, so like, I don't think this is gonna happen again next year, is what I'm saying. But I am saying Miami is very good. And this is what you should want. My bad, hold on. I'm sitting there reading. Hold on. But yeah, just like it is not. Well, actually, go back to the stats. I did not realize Carson played as well as he played. Like, cause I was Miles is there. I was like enamored with Trinidad James. Like, this is my first time like fully watching him play. Did anybody else like? This might have been the best quarterback play we've seen in the college football playoffs in the last, since they've expanded. I don't know if Jaden, did you, Miles, like, did y'all? I was like, because again, Carson was more of the clutch third downs and being willing to run when he needed to. Now, a couple of times he trying to put that touch on it, and then they're like, eh. I was like, ooh, girl. Like, Carson, what are we doing? That look bad. Yeah, now Trinidad's moxie, Miami probably should have had about 4 or 5 interceptions. But the catches that the Ole Miss wide receivers were making, like the throws, the stuff that he was doing, it was like watching 2 guys that just turned on the clutch gene when it was time. And I don't give a fuck who you in order to really enjoy this, you have to become a fan of football. If you're just a fan of your university, man, this new age is going, you're right. They're going to run off the casual fans. I love football. That was a fun game to watch, especially it doesn't sound 17-13 is a exciting football game for a half. Don't believe me? Go look at what the average over-unders are for games. Most of the time, if you got a 40 over, like, that's tough to get, believe it or not. They almost achieved that in the first half. Then what they were doing, like the matchups and stuff, man, it just lets you know every catch, every drop, all of these things matter. And like, it just felt good. So, yeah, like I was shocked that he played that well, but like to get them, I don't see another quarterback in this portal, or that Miami has another one to be able to command, to be able to push this right, like down the road like they have. So That's just my opinion, but we won't know until we see it. But like, you know, hey, I think it's amazing. Yeah. Oh yeah, his release. Like, I don't know why he'd come back. Why would you want to come back for a 6-year?
Yeah.
Like, I don't. And that's just me with my eyes. I haven't asked any quarterback guys. I'll probably talk with some guys afterwards. But like my brother, like you showed you're one of the better quarterbacks in this draft. But I guess he could come back, and if he does it for a full year, then like it would be different. Father figure put that on the jumbotron. Like I don't want to see them be successful at all. I am 100% with you. That irks me to my core. But hey man, sometimes shit happens, man. But damn, it was good ball. But kudos to them. So Carson Beck is more than worth the $6 million price tag. If they win a natty, it's like, hey, I do think Indiana controls the pace. Like, they move like a well-oiled machine. But I definitely did not pick Miami. And you know whose dad called them this morning to let them know that? Yeah. Oh, did we talk about portal? We talked about more portal movement, Jaden, or are we just
We gonna get there. We gonna get there.
Okay. All right. Cool. Be patient. I talked to my dog yesterday. Good conversation. All right.
So the attorney for Trinidad Chambliss is making another push to have the Ole Miss QB cleared by the NCAA for a 6th year. A third NCAA filing challenges the NCAA's medical ruling and hints at potential legal action for Trinidad Chambliss and company.
I mean, brother, I know maybe I'm guessing the check gonna be good. Pete Golden already about to go and ask for a pay raise, because he's like, imagine what I could do if I had a full year with these guys. I just got thrown into this job. But you know what? Actually, now that I think about it, I've never been with a certain group of people. Just haven't ever had the real true desire. Like, it just hasn't happened. I grew up in the project. They weren't in the projects. They're in the school. Like, I didn't get them to college, and they looked like they were terrified. They act like they were terrified. I don't know how guys. My son probably won't have that. See, surrounded by white bitches, outside of his god sisters and stuff like that. But I know that this young man. I know why. If this young man comes back to Ole Miss and he's fighting this hard, it's because he's been doing some strange things and had some strange things done to him, and he's got money, and he's probably had the grand wizard of the KKK out there say, "That's one of the good ones, Becky." Like, you can go with that one right there. Look at he's mixed. He's clearly mixed. Yeah, he's light skinned, got the good hair. He's rich. And then they're probably sacrificing. They're sacrificing their daughters to this football god. Like, so that man, that's the only, because there's no other reason why. Like, they just know, like he get Carson Beck bread in Oxford, which it don't cost that much, and he's got a bunch of snow bunnies there prancing. Right, like, see, this is what people don't cry about NIL. You ever notice that the people who are winning don't cry about NIL? Like, I want you to put that into your thought process. Like, only losers care about or complaining about the NIL. None of the winners are. Like, you are effectively the guy that's saying he only gets girls because he has money. So what? Yeah. That's what the money's for. You don't get money to just have it and hoard it. Well, I do. But, like, you get money to purchase things that make you be able to hunt more, whether it's hunting for food or hunting for women.
Right. I think people seeing how quickly people are moving around, and now they're coming up to, like, this moral complex that they didn't see when the coaches were moving around more.
Right, like you did. It's the NBA, NFL when they do lockouts. They always paint it as the millionaires versus the billionaires, which it's not. It's mostly thousandaires versus the billionaires. But like even this, you're not that. Here, hey guys, I'm here to tell you, you're not that far away from a million. But you know what you are really far away from? A billion. And so a million and billion rhyme. So it makes you feel like they're closer than what they really are. And like, so you feel like, oh, I'm hating that billionaire, man, you was never going to do that, right? But this cat right here, man, I could beat him. No, you can't. No, you can't. Yeah, the coach is making more. They're the ones we should be mad at. They're just watching the same amount of video and film we watch. We don't get paid for that. The other ones are in the field sweating, grinding, getting hit, putting their bodies on the line. You mad at them. You don't want that life, because if you did, you would be fit. And you would have worked out harder to do that. You want the guy who's yelling at the guys who's working out. Demetrius put on that, hey, big game, I want to say the FSU is not. We're not. We're far from broke. You know how I know? Forget all of the other shit. Use deductive reasoning. You don't buy hospitals and build hospitals, put up brand new business schools. Broke people don't do that shit. It's just right now they're like, hey. Nah, you act like this when you want somebody to fail and you need them to fail, but I just thought about it. I just thought about it. Even if it's debt financing, you got to have money to be able to debt finance. Like, that's what people don't, you know who's the epitome of debt financing? 4547. He ain't broke. But here's what I do know. Mike's getting treated. Can I say this? Is this a safe space? I want to say this knowing that I don't really give a fuck about the comments on the shows afterwards as much as I care about the coloreds in the chat right now that understand what I'm saying. Mike's getting treated like a black leader. And is it because of that? Y'all remember the story that Mike put out that I told y'all about Mike with his moms and how he had a bunch of uncles? Anybody in the black community know it? He got a bunch of that person who had a bunch of uncles. Not a good thing. But good thing for mama. Mama got to have a life too. Ain't mad at it. But what I mean by that is that, so when Willie Taggart took the job, right? A lot of people don't realize they slashed his recruiting budget by 10%. Like, so he couldn't, but he was expected to recruit, but so we got coaches flying coach out of Tallahassee during the wintertime. Going like the Midwest and all these other different things, man. That's what I'm saying, bro. Like, you got to get a connector. And so you fly into places where, you know how hard it is to get a connector. It ain't but so many flights out of Tallahassee anyway. And you're not even flying first class. Well, they're slashing budgets. They're doing stuff. So if Mike wins, you know what's going to happen? Oh, we always know you can do it. But if they're setting them up to fail, so that they can have a reason to be able to pull the rug up out of them. So, and it's like, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, setting them up, like, it's just, he looking stressed. He's smoking Newports. Like, I'm just like, he's getting like, hey, no, it's not a poor guy. He's getting paid $10 million. Mike is a better man than me. I'm going to tell you that much.
He did that. He took the pay cut, right?
Yeah, you got it. Your goddamn money. You think I'm taking the pay cut? I ain't giving you shit back. Now, what I would do if I were Mike, so that I could win, I ain't giving you shit. What I'm gonna do is, when I make $10 million, you can't tell me how much petty cash I can walk around with. I'm Mansa. Like, you know why they said Mansa Musa had to go? Because he was so wealthy and he had so much gold that when he went on his Mecca and he was paying people, he was overpaying, and it actually there was so much gold he brought in that it caused the price of gold to go down. It devalued. It basically put them in a recession when he left. That's what I would be in the projects. I'm looking at all the time. Like right now, this is James Coleman GM hat. Actually, when I get off this phone, when I get off of this, I got to go back to being a GM for the 707. I am going to look at I want to look at the top 100, top 200, top 300. We're going to do our research, get private investigators. Where do these people live? Do they have the red JEA cards coming to their house? I'm finding all the red JEA cards, and I'm making sure that, I'm blessing the streets. I am Nino Brown in it and throwing turkeys in the hood. So changing the economy, dog. Like, you got enough money. Don't give it to I ain't giving y'all shit. I'm going to make sure I protect my job by paying. But Gerard, nah, bro. Like, some of that stuff is true about, some of it at the end of the day, you got to give love, and the opposite of love is there too. If this all falls on our ADS at a certain point too. So, like, I do think some of the stuff is amplified to be able to make sure you get clicks, because it's easier to hate. But players fuck up. And right now, shit. Mm-hmm. But I know it's people, I know it ain't no love lost. But I do know he wanted to pull the trigger, but he wasn't allowed to pull the trigger. So, yeah, I did find that out. But I'm my bad. Go ahead, Jaden. Let's on to better things.
So this is now the third straight season that an SC team will not be in the championship game. So these are the national championship appearances over the last 3 seasons. 3 Big Ten squads, 1 ACC squad, 1 Pac-12 squad, and Notre Dame, 0 Big 12 squads, and 0 SEC squads who have made appearances in the championship over the last 3 seasons. Just wanted to update you guys with this fact about the conferences and their appearances, in the Natties over the last 3 seasons. So hope this doesn't surprise anybody right here, but looks like the Big Ten is taking over this new era of college football.
As I have said, the SEC is not the toughest conference. It has not been the toughest conference for a while. They have really, really good teams at the top. But that's it. At the top. Everybody else is just mid. But that's most conferences. The best team in almost every conference should be able to compete with everybody else. Can you go up a little bit? Anthony Manzano put a question in there. No, like, that's why I want to see his last question before we get moving on. All right. Sam, since you're a coach, how rare is it that a referee is going to call a PI during a Hail Mary? Because a lot of Rebel fans are saying it was pass interference, but it has to be like overtly blatant in that moment. Like, you swallow your whistle in those situations. Because again, like, if he would have thrown that, they would have looked at every time he did not throw a pass interference call for that game. If they would have won, like, you swallow your whistle on that one. I'm not mad at it. It was a PI, but it's not like he would have had to, like, really grab and drag him down. I'm I'm trying to think. Only me probably believe the SEC is that big. Mario Williams. Somebody else put. I thought there was another question that was in there. All right, I'm not. I have no. Mario went to Mississippi State. Good for him. I have got no beef with that kid for leaving. He did what he felt like he needed to do. I thought somebody asked a question about us in Iowa State. Oh, if Mike gets fired, you thinking about people hitting the transfer portal? Man, get the fuck out of here, man. Yeah, I ain't worried about that. I think nobody wants to be at Iowa State.
Oh my god.
Yeah, like I mean, just think about yourself. Where the fuck is Iowa State? No disrespect to Iowa State, by the way, but like nobody wakes up and dreams to go to Iowa. Most of the people who are in Iowa, like their family were land grant families. Like back when back when America was great. Like, you know, the whites went out there and they just sat on a plot of land, and that was your land as long as you tilled to it. And the only reason those players flipped is because their coach got hired somewhere. Same reason why Virginia Tech, like a lot of Penn State's recruiting class, got like destroyed when their coach went to Virginia Tech. If they fire Mike, there's guys there that'll probably be like, you know what? Great. Can't wait to see who they hire. I don't even know if Iowa State has hired their coach yet. You know why? And they probably have, because nobody gives a fuck about Iowa State. Iowa State is a place that you go for. You do your time. It's like serving a sentence. I'm going to go do my 3 to 5, and then I'm going to get out here, man. There's somebody waiting for me back home. Like, it's like it reminds me of Scarface, Never See the Man die. What you going to do, Cat Daddy, when you get out of here? That's what the Iowa State players were saying, man. Like, you don't go to Iowa State. Like, I don't even know where it's at on the map. Like, if you gave us right now, everybody in this chat or listening to this, Iowa don't know where Iowa's on the map. Is there something great in Iowa that you just want to go? Like, is there like there a great adventure or like a Carowinds, Ames, Iowa? When you put Ames, I thought you were trying to spell Amex. I thought you were trying to spell American Express, bro. I don't know anything like anyways, man. What's more, my question, which rebuild is more confusing, the Jags or the FSU? I'm gonna be honest with you, I ain't gonna hold you. All that shit confusing because I just said the Jaguars should win because our division sucked. But like, if you looked at the moves, like we'll talk about this at the end of the year. When you look at the moves the Jaguars made, none of that shit made sense. So maybe that's what's in it for, FSU here soon. Like, I don't know what happened with Duke to make them be able to win the ACC championship, but the dude who looks like the dad from Modern Family at GM might be doing his thing, man. The Patriots, but that's Miles's blanket. Miles is a Patriots fan, but go ahead.
Let's talk about the DeMar Williams situation. So if you guys are not familiar with this situation, Williams is a quarterback who is a part of the Washington college program all the way up in the Northwest. And we talked about it on Wednesday, but pretty much to sum it up, he entered his name in the transfer portal, and then come to find out, there was news that said that he wasn't supposed to put his name into the transfer portal. He actually had language in the contract with the school that he couldn't put his name in the transfer portal. So with that news, then his agent at the time made this post, Doug Hendrickson of Wasserman Football. I have made the decision to end my representation of Damon Williams Jr. effective immediately due to philosophical differences. Damon is an incredible talent, and we wish him and his family the best in their future endeavors. Then shortly after that, Darren Heitner said, I have been retained as legal counselor for Williams. We have no public comment at this time. Updates will be provided as appropriate. And then shortly after this, we found out that Williams has announced his intent to return to Washington. So just a crazy, crazy story from Williams here. And just, I don't know what those agents, or it looks like what he was doing. His original agent said they cut ties because of philosophical differences.
It's because NFL agents are trying to negotiate NIL contracts and they don't know what the fuck they're doing. That's what's going on. Period. That is it. There is nothing else to no other way to explain it. Like, the kid, and this is why I try to say, stop worrying. Like, if you love college football, love college football. Stop getting caught up in the business side of stuff. That's why I used to tell Jack, like, stop worrying. Like, that ain't got shit to do with you. That's like, again, it's the equivalent. This is why, like, one of the biggest problems in America is that 50% of all marriages end in divorce. Probably higher than that. And the parents hate each other, so they talk to the kids to make the kids hate the other parent. Right. Well, they ain't got shit to do with you. You're the child. And don't talk about my mama. Don't talk about my daddy. I don't got no, like, be my mama, be my daddy. That's it. Let the adults handle the adult shit, and then everybody come into what's in the best interest for the child. So what I mean by that is, in this situation, we are the child. That is grown folks' business. They ain't got shit to do with us. If that kid get paid $6 million, I promise you what he eat ain't gonna make you shit. That kid get paid $2. It don't matter. I care about the product on the field. I don't even know if the kid's good. If the kid I am the biggest cheerleader of people getting paid. Matter of fact, I only know like 2 Young Dolph songs. And one of them is just because it's kind of a cool thing. He's like rapper slash trapper slash bad bitch catcher. Baby mama mad. She said, you live like a bachelor. Some that get 10% to the pastor. Going up the ladder. They mad, make them madder. Told my son, when I die, you're going to be a rich little bastard. Like, I like that because it's talking about getting money. And then I don't even know the rest of the song. I just know get paid, young, get paid. Rule number 1, go and get the money. Rule number 2 is don't forget to get the money. That's all I, man, just get paid or don't. Y'all don't even, the craziest part, I bet if we looked at the numbers, mostly Florida State fans in this chat, I guarantee you the same amount of people leave Florida State at the same rate as they left Florida State before NIL. And the same guys you're going to remember, you were going to remember whether NIL was there or not. And the same guys you're going to forget whether NIL was there or not. How many of you guys remember, how many of you guys remember that tackle that Lonnie Davis made? You don't even know who Lonnie Davis is. You think I'm talking about Lonnie Pryor. No, I'm not talking about Lonnie Pryor. I don't even remember what he looked like. There are guys who came in a meeting. We had our exit meetings on a Sunday, and I ain't never see him again after that Monday. Well before NIL. Y'all just had your head in the sand. Money always been in football. And you know what you can choose to do? Put it right back in the motherfucking sand, dog. Like, coaches forget people. You know how excited I was when Bobby Bowden looked me in my face and knew who I was with dreads? That mean I must have been something. You know how many black number 36s that man seen over a 40-year coaching career? for me to think that I'm the different one, next year somebody will wear that kid's jersey and they will play games. And 90% of y'all gonna sit y'all ass right either in your favorite chair, watching the ESPN, or you're gonna be in the game, you're gonna be bitching about the same shit next year. You should be like that. Oh, remember that meme with the chick with the heels? That New Year, New Me shit, and she was stepping over? I want y'all to go do that New Year, New Me shit. Find some new shit to complain about. It's drop. Exactly. Find me to play Arnaud, mate. Like I like him. I like Arnaud. Like, I ain't mad at him though. Like, if you want to leave some of these, I promise you a lot of these kids are being told to go to the portal. I'll tell my young pup story here in a minute once we start talking about the transfer portal stuff. But like, just cool out, enjoy life. Life is too short, man. Oh yeah, okay.
My bad, but we gotta share this story about another quarterback as well before we get into a familiar face. But looks like he is heading back home. DJ Lagway committed to Baylor. The former Florida quarterback has committed to Baylor. He is from Texas as well. So he's going back home to Baylor.
I mean, hopefully he stays healthy. We really lowballed him. And Baylor didn't even give him the money that he wanted, that he was expecting. I believe Baylor's between 1.5, 1.8. You don't even want to know the number that we threw out there at him. Was not a serious offer. You know, outside of that, good for him. I mean, he'll probably, in that league, he has to get his arm healthy for him to be able to throw in the manner in which they want him to throw. But kudos to him.
Where is the former Mandarin U wide receiver going to go? That is Jamie French. So Texas true freshman Jamie French plans to enter the portal. 6'1", 185-pound wide receiver will have 4 years of eligibility left. James, where is French gonna go? I've seen some schools on his radar. Florida, Florida State. I think I saw Alabama as well, and a list of other schools. So where do you see Jamie going?
If I had to bet, he's going to Florida. But it's not that we're in it. Like, so he's not going to Miami. So one of the things that kind of got thrown into this situation is that Jamie went out there with the intentions to be able to try to go and compete at least in the second year. And I don't think feels like he was being given that opportunity to go be able to compete. And, they had their meetings and like they see stuff coming in, and what happens with a lot of times is you agree to a certain amount of money, and then money gets moved around because every school has a kind of a happy medium where they want to be at, a happy number, and they just brought in Cam Coleman, and so that leaves you in a situation, about where to go. So all he wants to do is be able to have the opportunity to be able to compete to play. I want to reiterate that. He wants the opportunity to be able to compete, to see the field. Where he was at, they gave him the opportunity to be able to compete, to be a rotational player. So when you look at where he wants to go to, Florida has 2 young players and sophomores, which I still think is not a great room. You need a veteran presence, but they need a Z wide receiver, and that's what Jamie plays or can play. Right now, Florida State, we know we have Deuce. He's not the same receiver as Luwane, but Devlin Carter is. You lost Boggs, but Boggs only played 5 games. Like, he's more of a Boggs type wide receiver, but he's not as big, but he's an outside guy. So I told him, hey, He made that decision to come to Tallahassee. Let me know. I'll do whatever we need to do to get the deal done. If he goes to UF, I'm gonna still cheer for him. But I will not cheer for his squad. I would want Jamie to get 100 yards. Nah, 100 yards means they probably going to win. That's too much. I want Jamie to get 70 and a touchdown in a game. But I don't want the rest of it, and Tramel to throw it to him, but I don't want the rest of the team to be successful in anything in life. And for those who want to know, no, I have not been contacted about Jamie by Florida State. I have been contacted by Jamie from Florida. So, hey, maybe they don't, but I do know his agent has been talking to Florida State. So I do know that for a fact. So love the kid. Great, really high spirit. Just a great kid to talk to, man. Like he's smiling all the time, very energetic. I know he's gonna make it, man. Also, make sure it's Jaime. It's not Jamie. Gotta make sure you spell those names right. Yeah. But yeah.
Closing out our college segment. Looks like former Cowboys tight end has been hired by the University of Oklahoma to be their tight ends coach. That is Jason Witten. There's some more news as well. The University of Oklahoma now has DeMarco Murray as its running backs coach and Jason Witten as its tight ends coach. They were teammates on the Cowboys. You can see right there. But looks like Oklahoma is getting some pros on that squad. So shout out to the Sooners for getting some alumni and more importantly, some NFL alumni in that building.
Well, Jason Witten hates his family, man. Hold on real quick. What's up, Dad?
Hey, sir. Hey, did that guy come from that quarterback from what you call that? Didn't come from your high school, did he?
Yeah, that's Carson. Carson came from my high school.
Okay.
I'll see him next weekend. I trained him. And my former radio partner is his agent and was his quarterback trainer. Toby, the head coach, coached him. He was his OC. So they got like three of them. Like, wait a minute, they got Toby. They got Carson, Derek Plaz, who's an offensive lineman. They just signed one of our DBs, Brody Jennings, and then they got a kid who played 7-on-7 for me last year, and Samari and Wingo, who are all on at the U. So, while I wasn't overly happy, I was happy for those young men because those are some good young men right there. I like them.
But here's the thing with that. But you were supposed to be at the U.
Yeah,
that's the hook. Yeah, you were supposed to be at the U.
That's
your
like
first choice was the.
That's like if somebody's whole family was Kappas and they became a Q, they ain't gonna go root for the Kappas.
Yeah, but my thing is the U was the first team that gave you a break because of your talents. You know. So in essence, if they gave you the first break because of your talents, you're supposed to be a U all the way.
No, I don't have a problem with the U. Actually, like I told Trey, he can go to U. He just can't go to Florida. I hate Florida with a passion.
My teams go like this. My teams go FAMU, then it's the U, then it's Florida State, then it's the Gators, and then it's all the Florida teams. I got to support the Florida teams because these people think that they can just run over Florida. You know what I'm saying? These teams up here think that they can out manhandle, and they can't, and that's the whole thing. They can't.
Nah, they can't. Nah, it's been impressive. It was a good game watching them. Carson had a good game.
Yeah, because I thought they was. I was like, man, I hope they don't go down. But he got the look real quick to turn to that side, to the left side, and go. I give that to him. He thought quick on his feet.
Yeah, he's faster than what people think. Like they just think, Carson's probably like a 4.7, 4.6 guy, pretty explosive. Like he ain't like gonna beat you in 100, but like you think because he looks opie and weird.
Like Tressaverde.
Yeah, I can see that.
For Miami back in the day.
Yeah, I can see that.
But the thing I like about him is he stayed with his belief that his passing game was going to be up front and personal with him.
Yeah, like he knows he got a good line, and they're gonna have a test against his like this Indiana's probably gonna win tomorrow, but they're gonna have a test.
Indiana's gonna probably win, but here's the problem: Indiana runs out of. If you check the sidelines when they get to playing, they got to go over there for air all the time.
I mean, if Miami plays up tempo or controls the game, controls the clock like they did against Ole Miss, they're gonna be fine. But if they make as many mistakes as they made against Ole Miss, then they're gonna lose.
Mm-hmm. But here's the problem. Here's the problem with those niggas from up north. They come down south, and that heat, that weather, and that speed catches them.
Yeah.
Because you in Miami, they it's gonna be hot. It's gonna be in a hostile crowd, and they're gonna be in a boxing match, but they're gonna be just like George Foreman and Muhammad Ali. When Muhammad Ali did the rope-a-dope on him, those boys from up north, they're gonna try to manhandle them the first 2 quarters, and when they can't do it, then they're gonna run out of steam.
We'll see.
Because they ain't got the speed like that. Who they got?
No, they don't have the speed. But they about to play Oregon, and Oregon got speed, and so we'll see. They shut Ohio State down when they played, which was a big thing. But they don't see constantly. Like I said, it's gonna be a good game. I probably got to cover it. I'll be down there, because we play about 7-on-7 team plays in Miami. So like all it did was drive the price of the damn hotels up. Like, so, but I'm glad I already booked our hotels. So and they got the cocaine cowboy, Fernandez Mendoza, whatever. Like, he sound like one of them dudes in the 80s who used to run the cartels. That's Indiana's quarterback. He from Miami. He played ball at Miami Columbus.
But it's just like I told the guys from Ohio State. You got 1 or 2 on an up north team, but the whole line is from up north, where they believe in getting those fat boys, and the fat boys can't hang after long extended quarters.
That part.
Then they got to get that. They got to get that oxygen mask.
Yeah, it's going. It should be that. Well, let me see what it's saying. You got me over here. Got to check the I need to know what I need to pack. Since I'm gonna be down, you know what I got to see. This is why I need to be mad at you, nigga. I needed that coat because if the Jags win on Sunday,
I tried to get that coat to you, but I couldn't get it to you because there was nobody going that way.
No, I got you. If the Jags win on Sunday, we're probably going to Boston to play the Patriots. So I know it's going to be cold there. So what I got to do is I got to get to Miami on Friday, right? Mm-hmm. Set up everything for my teams. I got 100 kids coming to Miami, and including your grandson. And then we play on Saturday, and then I got to fly. If the Jags win, I got to fly wherever. Now, if somehow the Chargers beat the Pats, then I'll drive to Jacksonville. But I got to fly to Boston more than likely on that Sunday morning. Then I got to fly back to Miami to cover the national championship. So okay. I'm tired already. Look at that. Oh, damn, you're right. It's going to be hot. Mm-hmm. It's going to be 60. It's going to be, hot compared to there. It's going to be 67 degrees. Mm-hmm. Hey, that's crazy.
Let's see. I'm going to go to UPS. See how much it costs to send it, okay? And the reason why I just got some outstanding money that just haven't.
Just tell me how much it is. I send it. I bet it don't cost more than that damn coat costs.
No, it ain't gonna cost more than that coat costs. That coat costs $100.
Yeah, so I'm saying, like, if you tell me what it costs, I'll send it to you so I can get it, because I don't want to go to the store to go buy one.
Okay, what color do you? What color? What's your color? Because I got black, I got gray, I got blue.
What kind of blue? Navy blue? Actually, shoot me the gray.
It's a navy. It's a royal blue type.
Oh, that's fire.
Yeah,
that's probably fire.
I mean, the coats are cold blooded, because anybody who sees me with the coats on, they're like, "Well, where'd you get those coats? Where'd you get those coats?" And I won't tell them where I got them.
Well, shoot, if you get, like, I need gray can match anything, But I do want that royal or black, actually black, but shoot, if you want to send me two, let me get that black and that royal. But that's on you.
Yeah. Let me see. Let me check it out. I got a couple, like I said, I got a couple crazy runs right now that I'm doing. I had to get this dog got to get his rabies shots because in order to be in this complex right here, you got to have all their shots up to date.
Gotcha.
And then I got to run over here to do some banking for this lodge, and then once I do that, then I'll go over there and let you know how much that thing costs. Okay.
All right, bet. Let me know. I'm about to go. I gotta get back to record.
All right, let me touch you later.
All right, man. If he don't got nothing else, he got coats. I can tell you that much. I got a fire peacoat from him. He says it's like he never says it like an upstanding gentleman coat. He says the John Gotti coats. So I don't even know what that means. But all right, so we got back to college football. So we're going back to wherever we're supposed to be at, Jaden. Get us back on track. Figure I'd let him brag a little bit because he was right. Whoop the fucking do. Father figure, yeah, you're not off. Like, yeah, he's a dude stuck in debaucherous ways. Very brilliant guy. Ambidextrous, all this other kind of shit. Just doesn't, like I said, just interesting. Hey, at the end of the day, he grown now. Ain't shit changing. So I sound like the child now. I mean, I sound like the adult to the child, but he's an interesting man. I can say that. All right, definitely ain't my mama though. My mama is a fucking amazing. Like, if I would have grew up with a father, I'm probably the only person in America that says I'm grateful to be raised by a single mother. Probably, like I would have been a terrible person, like awful. Like all the shit that people that scare people about me, he would have figured those were my best qualities, and he would have enhanced those. I'm so tired of Cam Newton dressing like kind of like I would like to dress like that, but at the same time, he still looks like a Batman villain.
For real.
What is up with that mustache, man? That's wild. Like he looks like he should have. I'm sorry, I'm kind of first taking this on in the background, and like I like the jacket that Cam has on. I think I like the shirt. But I don't like the fleece. The fleece kind of throwing me off, but I'm not mad at it because it's cold where he's at. The tie is entirely too community oriented, but it pops out, and then but it's just him. I just like Ryan Clark looks sharp too.
Yeah.
But Ryan Clark looks sharp like you're supposed to, like a man is supposed to look sharp. He's supposed to be like, God damn it, that's a handsome get up there, sir. I don't know how I feel about your stuff, Cam.
No voodoo.
You know what? Like, not a killing. What's the cartoon, the Disney with the black girl, the colored girl, princess? Tiana, the Princess and the Frog. Yeah. He looked like the villain in the Princess and the Frog. That's what he looked like, man. I'm sorry, it caught my eyes. All right, let's go, Jaden.
These are your NFL knows who are in the playoffs right here. So zoom in so you can see the names on this list. Got Braden Fisk, Derwin James, Jarian Jones, Jalen Ramsey, Jared Verse, Tatum Bethune, Renardo Green, Bobby Hart, Joshua Farmer, Johnny Wilson, Ryan Fitzgerald, DJ Uyunglele, Keon Coleman, Asante Samuel Jr., Fabian Lovett Sr., Mario Edwards Jr., Cam Akers, Jaheim Bell, and Kier Thomas. Round out here.
Jaheim Bell is barely hanging on. I just want to put that out there. Like he's there. He's still at the function. Yeah, he's like my dog PK. Like PK Sam won a Super Bowl with the Patriots, but got cut the next year.
Oh, really?
And did not get to go to the Super Bowl because he decided he didn't want to work out. Like when he was on injury reserve, and they cut his ass. But
he did it like a Brandon Ayuk.
But he got it. He was on the team, so you got it. He had to. It gave him the ring, but it's like, again, ask him: would he rather the ring or years in the NFL? You know what he's going to tell you? Years in the NFL.
moving on, let's talk about the Jags. James, we definitely chastised Trevor Lawrence earlier in the season for his leading, tied, and trailing numbers. I know you remember the chart when we looked at his numbers when leading, tied, and trailing. Now we have the final Trevor Lawrence splits from when he's leading, tied, or trailing in the game. Let's see how different it is. So now Trevor Lawrence has 25 touchdowns and 3 interceptions when tied or trailing, and 5 of his 9 rush touchdowns came when trailing. So these are Trevor Lawrence's final splits when leading, tied, or trailing. Earlier in the season, when he was leading, that touchdown to interception ratio was much worse. So I'm glad to see it change, even though it's not the best. Did change for the better, but tied, he has a 10-1 touchdown to interception ratio, and when trailing, he has a 4-1 touchdown to interception ratio. So just want to update you guys right here to give you the final Trevor Lawrence splits when leading, tied, or trailing in this season.
That's still a wild stat, but hey, you know what? I know this. He been balling. Like, damn, because that's crazy. Because it was that bad. Like, he's only thrown 1 interception, I think, like the last 5 games. Oh, but he did have that 4 interception game. So that probably made it worse. Yeah, that's wild. Kudos. Shout out Waffle House Willie.
Next, we're going to shout out Waffle House Willie and Cam Little because they have been named the AFC's Offensive and Special Teams Player of the Month. We're going to get back to those Players of the Month as well later on in the show, but it marks the first time in franchise history that the Jaguars won multiple Players of the Month awards in the same month. Paired with Devin Lloyd's Defensive Player of the Month win in September, Jacksonville is the first AFC team since 2019 and the 2019 Chiefs to win Offensive, Defensive, and Special Teams Player of the Month awards in the same season. So shout out to the Jaguars for continuing to do their thing and get the recognition they definitely deserve. So shout out to them. And to finish off this Jaguar segment, we have the behind the scenes story of how Trevor Lawrence got his grills in their last game of the season in the locker room. The video went viral of Jerry and Jones and company giving Trevor Lawrence some grills. So this is how the process happened.
All right, so here's a story about how we pulled off Trevor Lawrence's grills. All right, so bro, one of the things I saw on the internet, which is true, is that people was like, there's no way Trevor was surprised because he had to get fitted for his grills.
I think somehow my wife might have been involved in that, getting my teeth measurements or something. So
I can't hear, but if they can hear, that's all that
And
matters.
here's how we did it. So this was a group project. His wife, Marissa, his mom, Amanda, Jag's social team, and then a local jeweler named TZ the God. Yep, and my name is Darian, and how I know Trev's because we played college ball together at Clemson. We just stayed super close. All right, now back to the story. Yo, and look, this whole thing started with that AI picture of Trevor that made its way on the internet. And since then, it was a running joke.
That was
so mad.
Yeah, hold on, stop the record and rewind that shit. Like, it took Miles' whole idea, man. Like, let me tell you how shout out the Jags are, man. And I'm talking to my dog Nah Ross, man, through text messages. I'm trying to. I don't know him like I know everybody else, so I can't just call him and put him out there like that. So I'm asking what he's doing. I'm being polite until we get into our relationship. But like, they kick Nod out. They get the fat, safe lady that kicks Nod out the game while he just taking pictures, right? Then they go and they take Miles' whole idea. This is what the Jags do. They tried to trademark Duval. Like, bitch, you can't trademark that. That was here well before you, before the Jags. Like, they were screaming that shit my whole life. I'm like, you're like, oh my God.
They're gonna trademark how many stands.
Oh man, listen, those men, like the people that have bet, you know what? I just thought about it. Yo, this might be 4D chess. Nobody got sacrificed. We had to sacrifice those two men to be able to go on the 3-game run. So the fat lady, it's not over. Maybe it doesn't start till the fat lady sings. Like, I know it's reversed here in Jacksonville. Like, they say it's not over till the fat lady sings normally. It doesn't start until the fat lady sings. So the fat lady saw not the football gods talk to her. Like, you ever see like the movies when a person gets possessed, when the demon gets like, because Nas says that she said, like, oh, so you just don't give a fuck, do you? Like, that's not no way a security person should talk to you, right?
That's crazy.
And she was talking to the man Reckless. So she normally is a sweet, buttery old white lady with Werther's Originals in her pocket. Then she became a whole asshole. And now I roasted her ass. And like, hey man, the police are trying to calm it down. So now we had to sacrifice somebody so that we could make the run that we're making. It's kind of like that whole Drake thing. Like, it's like, we're talking to Lil Yachty's like, and they're like, oh, that makes sense. It didn't make sense before. Now it makes all the sense, man. I'm with it, dog. Like, cool. But they had to steal Miles's design.
The whole Waffle House with Willie thing, if you guys don't remember, I put an AI picture of Trev that was just similar to like that, except he had the grill and a cigar and stuff like that. But yeah, the next day they put out this.
I was like, it's just crazy, dog. Like, I was.
What up, Cole?
Hey, I got a conspiracy theory because I just thought about it. The Jag, you know that Trevor thing with the gold grill. My brother-in-law Miles is the one. Miles put the original out, and then they took it from him. But it made me think, because I was trying to get Nah. I was talking to Nah this morning. You know, I was trying to see if he wanted to come on and talk about the situation, just to laugh and joke about it since he done took the damn test. So disappointed in him, but at the same time proud. But I thought about something. Remember the last time the Jags went to the playoffs, right? Now tell me if I'm off, right?
Okay.
Last time they went to the playoffs, they didn't sacrifice nobody, and we only won one game. Remember when we made on that run in 17? Remember, it was two young Duvalians that had to fight for the city against the face of the evil Seahawks. And they told them, if you come into these stands, you're gonna catch these hands. And they banned them, from the stadium. Do you think that the football guys possessed that fat pilgrim lady because she's probably sweet on any other day, right? But did they possess, they just came in, she was just being sweet, minding her own business. You know how they be doing the demon possession movies, right? And she just got possessed and she started cursing that Nod, knowing that we needed to sacrifice somebody in order for us to go on a playoff run.
So my pastor said, when he gave the prophetic outlook for the year, he said, we are in an era of war. And the way possession works, you must first be oppressed to be deep.
Damn, that sounds like a bar right there. That sounds like something that Malcolm X would say some
that's
shit.
That's actually the way demon possession works, biblically speaking. And this came from the Catholics, because the Catholics are actually like the foremost experts in, because of exorcisms. You must first be oppressed by a spirit to be depressed by a spirit, to open yourself up to be possessed.
So because she's obese, she's oppressed.
So,
and
there you go.
And her knees were feeling pressure.
Yes.
So they were able to use that.
Seeing Nard made her depressed.
Because who is this negra?
Who's this nigga?
Walking around. No, she didn't. I don't believe she's hard. ER is worse. You remember how they say in them civil rights era things? They're like, that's the Negras over there. It's NEGRA. Now, I would rather be called ER than RA.
Nah, the way she went in, she said in her mind.
It was ER? Oh, hard. Ooh, okay, man. Hard ER.
It's the malicious intent of toxicity. the mind. So it was a hard ER, which opened herself up to be possessed, to be used of the enemy. She has actually offered herself up to try to sacrifice Nod. This is it, which means to tell me we might be going to the AFC Championship.
That's what I'm thinking, dog. That's what I'm saying. Like, hold on. Did he text me back? Oh. No,
Actually, we about to go live right now.
like, go tell him my theory if he comes in there, because I can't talk to him while I'm doing this, because I don't want to, like, just because I think he was sacrificed by the stuff. Like, that's it. I just think I think that's what it was, because I said it's reverse. They normally say it's not over till the fat lady sings, right? But what if heaven was hell and vice versa? What if it's not started until the fat lady sings?
I mean, that's you would have to ask Pastor Troy about that. Now, in that particular case, so then let's talk about time. According to speaking, time works 2 ways. Time. There's chronos, which is chronological time, but God's time is actually called kairos.
Okay.
So, Chronos is when David was in the field.
That's one of my watches says Chronos.
Yes, because it's chronological.
Oh, okay.
Yes, chronological. There's Chronos for Chronos. Chronos is David working in the field. Kairos is when the prophet comes up to him with the oil to anoint him with oil, even though he was working in the field.
God's time. Got it.
God's time, so it's always interruptive. Chronos is streamlined. Kairos is interruptive and is pregnant with purpose. So this is God's will for the Jags to come out of the degradation of small marketry and come and rise to the top of the football world like David did when he was tending the sheep.
I'm with it. Amen.
Trying to tell you, I think you just helped me out. I'm finna go in the clubhouse.
Tell them, and if he's in there, tell him Coleman want to just. I don't want to talk with him about bad Jag stuff. I just want to talk to him about how does he feel about being the sacrificial lamb. And now we can go get if the Jags win, we're gonna put we're gonna have like a jaguar, like a sheep draped over his shoulders. With his dreads.
You know what? That's a good idea. He might have to do that. I might have to tell him. Like,
and I'm gonna put
in your next Victory Monday video, you gotta put on lamb skin.
I'm gonna play "Worthy Is the Lamb." What was the movie? What was the movie that came out about the black church? Some like 20 years ago. What was that shit called? It wasn't the gospel, wasn't it? It was something where like I just want to talk with tremble with that bass in my voice, and I'm gonna sing it too. Thank you for the lamb. Like just.
Oh yeah, that's Kurt Franklin, the Lamb of God. That's 90s.
Man, yeah, bro. Like we gotta. Damn, that was good, bro. That almost you could have got a little tithe money out of me, dog. Yeah, that would have put the money that I was gonna spend at the office this next weekend coming up, or what's the other strip club that everybody like to go to in Miami? I was, the $40 I was going to pay the young lady for exercising on me. I might have put it into the offering plate.
Somebody actually did the math, like, back in the day when they would call you like a $2 hoe in like the 70s.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody actually went and did the math according to the inflation calculator, and it actually comes up to like $38.33.
That's a tip.
So $40 is actually fiscally and historically accurate. According to inflation standards.
It's about to go back down. Well, actually, I don't know. The Trump invaded Venezuela, got the gas prices going down crazy, so it's messing up the vagina market. So dudes ain't gonna be. It's just imbalanced. We need people. We got to get back. Make America great again. But anyways, man, you go in that clubhouse, bro. It just y'all boys have that. I'll probably jump in there after I get done with this.
All right, cool.
All right, yo. Man, that was a good ass message, man. But yeah. Anyways, going back to this, the Jaguar stealing shit.
And since then, it was a running joke that we got to get bro some real grills. And look, here's the kicker. This whole thing was contingent upon them winning out the season, Trevor continuing to play well, and him staying healthy. And if any of those three things didn't happen, it was a no-go. Yeah, so we just moved in faith, and here's how it happened. I hit the jeweler. Can we make this happen? He's like, we can make it happen. Then they said, give me 3D scans or 3D molds of his teeth. And then I promised him we'll get him somehow, some way. So then I called Marissa, who I just figured would definitely know how to figure this out. She's like, well, he only has a retainer. Let me call his mom. And she's like, hey, I can get you in touch with his local dentist from his hometown in Cartersville. And she's like, hey, I can send you his 3D scans overnight, and would that work? We're like, yes, it's in motion. Everybody's kind of excited, but everybody knows it's only happening if things go perfect. So we get to the day, and they're playing the Titans. Lo and behold, bro has done a great game. They go blow out the Titans. Chats are buzzing. And then the Grills get sitting down to the locker room. We all thought Jarian Jones would be the perfect person to do the job. He plays his part.
I appreciate you so much for everything you do. I just want you to know all of Jacksonville behind you. We know it's a meme that's kind of going viral, so we got your own video.
And the rest is history. American history. Caucasian history. NFL history.
This is Caucasian history.
Bro, it's Kirk Cousins with the chains. It's Trevor with the grills. That's just legendary, bro. But, man, hell of a moment. Hell of a story. Glad we pulled this off. Jags to Super Bowl. Whee!
I love the fact that he's able to take it in stride and have a good time, man, and not be one of them. Like you just enjoy it, embrace it. Again, there's no community more welcoming than the African American community, to our detriment. But like, I mean, think about it. You see a bunch of people who look like the back of your hand come up on boats. Like, if the reverse that came like they fighting us at the shores, we over like, man, come on, man, we got some barbecue on the grill. We got some friends. We got, man, you ain't never had this jerk leopard? Like, they like, giving them fufu and all that other kind of shit. Like, but you know, but it's like they come in and you're embraced by the culture, and then you can go back. That's a big sign of honor, like a big honor. But you know, T-Law is that guy, man. I'm happy, man. So, oh, by the way, shout out to the city of Jacksonville for sending me 2 tickets to the playoffs. I will see if my son wants to go to the game now. But yeah, man, that's like Carson. You can't do a Carson one because Carson already got grills. Carson just ugly, but my dog is like already swagged out. So, but yeah, we can keep going. Go on, Jaden.
Mike McDaniel has been fired by the Miami Dolphins.
White guy gets his black card. Black card gets revoked from the black guy. Damn, they fired my brother, man.
So with the news, that means 25% of the NFL does not have a head coach. There are 8 teams in the NFL looking for a head coach. So a quarter of the NFL is head coach lists. Definitely a difficult time for these 8 squads right here, and especially for the Dolphins and Falcons because they don't have a coach or a GM. I know with the Dolphins particularly, they wanted to get a GM first, then get a head coach. I assume it'd be the same way for the Falcons. But these are your teams who do not have a head coach or a present GM. So just want to update you guys with the recent news. But for any of my Dolphins fans out there, the smoke was already coming out the train, man, for Mike McDaniel. No surprise that he has been fired from the Dolphins. So going to keep you guys updated on who the Dolphins will hire next. Who knows? Will Harbaugh go to Miami and bring Lamar with them? Who knows how this NFL landscape will work? But we are here to keep you updated. And here to keep you guys updated on the games that are happening this weekend. So tonight is going to be the other college football playoff matchup between Oregon and Indiana at 7:30. Then tomorrow you have the wild card weekend starting with the Rams at the Panthers, the Packers at the Bears. Then on Sunday, you have the Bills at Jags, Niners at Eagles. Then you have the Chargers at the Patriots. Then on Monday, you have the Texans versus the Steelers.
Man, that sounds like a phenomenal. Like, that's just a good day. I can't wait. Saturday. What am I going to do Saturday? I might order some wings. Yeah, shit. Oh, man. Saturday, I got 7-on-7 stuff most of the day.
At props on college game, right?
I think you could do it through you can't do it through Hard Rock.
Okay.
I think it's the other one you could bet, like, what's the thing? The one I was using before we got Hard Rock. I don't ever use it now.
Let's get into the players of the months. We did mention that Trevor Lawrence and Cam Little got it. So let's look at the players of the month for December and January. Trevor Lawrence, 63.6 completion percentage, 1,371 yards, 17 total touchdowns as well. He had 113.5 passer rating. So for your defensive player of the month, Jeffrey Simmons, a dog for the Tennessee Titans, 26 tackles, 7 TFL, 4.5 sacks, 3 passes defended, and 2 forced fumbles. No surprise right here. Cam Little, 54 points, 21 of 21 on PATs, 11 of 11 on field goals, and 3 for 3 of 50-plus yard field goals. So shout out to Jacksonville for having Cam Little and Trevor Lawrence make your player of the month. So go to the other side, the NFC. Matt Stafford, MVP frontrunner, 62.2 completion percentage, 1,634 passing yards, 14 pass TDs, and 104 passer rating. Chase Young, DN, 19 tackles, 16 TFL, 5 sacks, 2 fumble recoveries, and 1 fumble recovery touchdown pass defended. Haven't said that name in a while, so shout out to him. And shout out to Will Riker, the kicker for the Vikings. 48 points, 12 of 12 on PATs, 12 of 12 on field goals, and 3 of 3, just like Cam Little, from field goals from 50-plus yards out. So shout out to all these players. Shout out to all of these players of the month for their respective organizations. Speaking of players, we talked about the top fantasy quarterbacks and wide receiver quarterbacks and running backs. Now let's take a look at the top wide receivers and tight ends in terms of your fantasy PPR. So for all my fantasy players out there, Puka at the top of this list, then JSN, Amon-Ra St. Brown, Jamar Chase, NFL Youngboy, Chris Olave, Zay Flowers, Nico Collins, Devontae Adams, and Michael Wilson. No surprise that this tight end's at the top of this list, the best tight end in the league this season. Trey McBride, Kyle Pitts Sr., Travis Kelce, Tyler Warren, Jake Ferguson, Harold Fannin, Dallas Goedert, Jawan Johnson, Hunter Henry, and Dalton Schultz. Round out your top 10 tight ends as well. So since it's the end of the season is approaching and the regular season is over, Next Gen Stat actually created an all-pro team on their own. So this is the Next Gen Stats 2025 all-pro team. And let's see who they picked on their squad. Starting at quarterback, they have Drake May, Bijan as running back, Puka Nacua as your wide receiver. No surprise there. Trey McBride as your tight end. Then to round out your offense, you have Jackson Smith and Jigba, Garrett Bowles, Joe Thuney, Creed Humphrey, Quinn Manners, Darnell Wright, and NFL Youngboy. For your defense, you have Kyle Hamilton, Jack Campbell, Eric Wilson, Derwin James, shout out to NIL, Quinn Yon Mitchell. Then you have Derek Stingley, Will Anderson, Jeffrey Simmons, Quinnen Williams, Myles Garrett, and PS2, aka Patrick Surtain II. I think this is a pretty good lineup for your all-pro team for your Next Gen Stats. What do you think about this Next Gen Stats all-pro team lineup, James?
Shit, it's a pretty good lineup. Like, it's crazy that Bijan could be like. I think. I would have took JTT. I know it's JT, but I don't know why. I'm never going to not call him Jonathan Taylor Thomas. But Hawaiian roll is dope. Did Derwin James have a seat? Like, okay, all right. Look, safe space, honest conversation. All right, I fucks with Derwin White. He's no. But is Derwin James really that good still, or is it like we really going off of like how good we believe? Because he's a mutant. That's just my only question, because I don't know. Because like I know when we played him, like, I ain't really been worried about it. Like he'll make like a hit every now and then, but it ain't like we just like Derwin shutting shit down when they play the Jags. Like, I think it's just like we want him to be good. It's not like he hasn't met the high. And then also, even though he old now in NFL years, but it ain't like how Derrick Henry hit the league. And Derrick Henry has been everything that we all could imagine. Like, they just haven't won. His other teams, his teams suck. But he's good. So, just, that's always interesting. So.
Let's look at Hard Rock, James, because you will be making a parlay for the NFL wildcard weekend.
Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and do that. Or did I already do it? Nah, let's do it together. It's fine.
Starting off with the Rams and Panthers.
Hold on. Let's go back to that. I'm gonna phone a friend. No, let's just go. We'll go back to that. Let's go with it was that Bears Packers next. Damn, the Bears are the underdogs now? We keep going back and forth. You know what? Fuck it. Even if she does that, we're gonna go with the petite, pretty princess. I'm going there. The Bear. I'm going with the Pack. Jags all day. Something's telling me the 49ers for some reason. I'm going because I don't want to go there. I'm going with the Chargers. Steelers. You don't even want to know what my bet is for that. But it's not my money. $100 bonus bet. I put $100 up. I wonder what does it give me now? Because I had a free $100 bet. Okay, mine is 36,730. But yeah, so I have a free bonus bet. Actually, all bets that I have outstanding are all free, and I'm not getting any of them. So, and I know Devin Lloyd's not going to get Defensive Player of the Year, so I'm missing out on $750 for that. But one was a $10 bonus bet, one was a $5. The Jaguars have them as the NFL runner-up. So, like not winning the Super Bowl. So I that was a $20 bet that I get $200 for. And then I have everything. I have the Panthers, Packers, Jags, 49ers, Chargers, and the Steelers to win, and I get that. So that was that was my parlay. Trying to figure out, do I want to just get a little quick come up What? Yeah, I mean that's what I got. So hopefully, if I win that, life is good. Pay off some debts.
Let's finish off this show with our big games BS food review segment. So today we actually have what's called Texas Twinkies. So these are
Ooh.
just egg rolls,
Oh,
beef style egg rolls from what it looks like. But don't take my word for it. Let us know what you think in the chat with a BS or with a bussin' comment. But here are the Texas Twinkies egg rolls with spicy honey.
why do they have to call it? I don't know. Okay, maybe there's a rhyme or reason for this. So it's brisket. So it's beef brisket with a bunch of shit added to it.
And egg roll beef.
I would eat it.
Yeah.
Yeah. But like it could have just saved us a lot of the yeah. I mean, I didn't, you know, like a good brisket doesn't need all that. Like that's the only problem I have with that, man. Like we're doing too much sometimes. But why is it a Twinkie though?
Oh, and that part.
Like I have no problem with it being in the egg roll because one thing. This is why I say this. I love talking about our differences because in that I find out how much more similar we are. Every culture, like the separation. This is why I do believe maybe. I know that book. The book is copyrighted. I mean, it was a copyright infringement. But I do believe in maybe the aliens and the Anunnaki and maybe some of the shit happened. Let's think about it like this. Miles, you're Spanish, right?
Yeah.
What do y'all call fried dough with meat inside of it? It's an empanada, right?
Oh, empanada or yeah.
Jamaicans, they have fried dough with meat inside it. It's called a fucking patty or grilled dough or whatever, but it's that. You've got roti, you've got egg rolls, you've got what's the shit? You have rangoon, you have dumplings. Every culture has some variation of bread with meat in it. Has there ever been one that isn't good? Like they may put some wild shit in it that might not be good, but at its core, it's all good. So, and it's fried. So I didn't put it on Twitter, so that's probably why you didn't see it, Jay. But did you see my post? I had the best cheesesteak in Jacksonville. I think it was on Tuesday. I'm probably gonna go there today for lunch. I've been thinking about it since I had it and how to get back there. Like I've gone to practice on, it was Tuesday because it's in Arlington. It's called Big Al's. You know how good your food has to be for me to talk about it for free? Big Al is from Philly, well, outside of Philly. And my guy was talking about my truck. He's like, hey, man, you know, you got to go check out Big Al's. You got to do this. I'm like, man, cheesesteak in Jacksonville, man, it's just steak and cheese. Y'all call it a Philly because it resembles it, but it ain't no fucking Philly, man. What makes a Philly is the cheese, the bread, and I think they don't wash the the skillet. You know what I'm saying? Like it's kind of like the women who cook in the cast iron pans. You don't do nothing to it. You wash it. Wash a cast iron pan. Watch if you got a real one. Watch her go crazy. But I think the leftover residue is what adds. You don't ask questions. It's like, you know, when you go to the bodega and they cook in the bodega, don't ask no questions. No, they're not wearing gloves. No, they ain't got no hair nets on. Just know the food's gonna be delicious. That's it. This man, like it glowed when I pulled, like they brought it out, and it was like they were like You know what I don't like. So the difference between a Philly steak and a New Jersey style steak, Philly steaks had the cheese whiz bullshit on it. New Jersey white American cheese, right? I don't like cheese whiz. They come in and they say, "Hey, you want the whiz?" And I'm like, I don't want that. I'm like, nah, don't get you got to try it. As I said, I don't want the fucking whiz. And it was like, well, it's made with the same cheese as the other cheese. I didn't ask all that. I don't want the whiz. As a man, I'm trying to be as polite as I can to tell another man that I don't want his whiz without getting mad. This isn't how we get down over here. That's why Philly has the Gaberhood. And it's called the City of the Brotherly Love. That's not me. Don't get mad at me. It's literally called the Gaberhood, downtown Philly. Look it up. But I go and my guys just they bring me aside anyway. But before I get my food, they give me an egg roll, a Philly cheesesteak egg roll. I was like, oh my God, this shit is fucking delicious.
Oh, okay. I was about to say it has to be good, right?
I said, this shit was fucking delicious. Like, I didn't know what he did. Like, but it was crispy, it was goldenly. They didn't call it a fried Twinkie, a Texas style Twinkie. They called it what it was. It's an egg roll with Philly cheesesteak in it. Then they brought the Philly out there. It was huge. Ate that shit. It was like, you ever had something that was seasoned, but it wasn't salty?
Right.
It was just seasoned like perfectly. It was just good. Like too many people take bad steaks and try to overcorrect it, putting too much salt and pepper on it.
Yeah.
I don't know what they season this shit with. I do know the cheese is a specific type of cheese from the Northeast that was really good. But like, it was all, I'm just sitting here enjoying myself. And then I ate the French fry. And the French fry was fire. But he brought me the whiz, they brought the whiz out to me. It's not cheese whiz.
Oh, okay.
That shit ain't cheese whiz, dog. That is queso. Shit was fire, dog. It was fire. It was like it was so fucking good. It's actually still on my desk. I haven't thrown it away. I took the leftover queso. Then I went in there, he told me like they fry everything in beef tallow.
Oh.
It's like tallow is like it's the fat, or is that the marrow? No, beef marrow is what they say. Anyways, it's better than oil. I can tell you that much.
Okay.
And it's beef flavor, but they fry everything in it. They ain't give you that vegetable shit, and it is so fine that like you can't use it but so many times.
Okay.
Because like you can use regular oil for almost a whole week or longer. Beef tallow gets black after the day is over. It's like done. They can't like it's everything is cooked down, so you got to get rid of it, get something else. Made it taste great. They got what I want to go back in there and do. They got a Wagyu Philly that's cooked in beef tallow with the cheese and all this other stuff, and they're like it melts in your mouth. I don't even know why I want to go get that because the other one was so good. They make burgers. All I'm just saying is Big Al's over in Arlington. That shit's fire. Like that ain't no there is nothing BS on that fucking menu. If that's what the Philly tastes like, everything tastes good over there. I don't even need to try it. And they give whole wings, which is a very northern thing. Is a whole wing. They don't give you can't get all flats, can't get all drums. Yep. But yeah, so. Got it. My bad. I had to share that moment. It was orgasmic.
That's
Yeah,
all
they
I
put it in there. Rendered beef fat.
That's all I got on my end. If you got any last words.
There were no OGs wilding today. We ain't had no Michael Irvin moment. Michael wasn't twerking.
I didn't see anything that I wouldn't normally see on the internet.
That's wild.
No, but he wasn't really wild.
No, I was just saying, like, it's just like when we talk about Michael, I ain't seen nothing I wouldn't normally see from Michael Irvin. He's a nut ass freak bull.
Yeah.
But yeah, man.
Any last words to say to everybody in the chat as we bring in the weekend?
Nah, man, just enjoy football while we got it, guys. Check out the social medias, man. We should be streaming some stuff this weekend. Football related, B5 be there. Just make sure you go like, subscribe. We are 700 away from the 8,000, so I can win another $500 to give to kids. That's still wild to me. Anybody who has some stuff that they would like to donate toward the teams, we greatly appreciate it. And how do you guys feel about the Minnesota situation? Are you talking about yeah, man? Listen, bro.
It's a little too late in the show to get it.
Yeah, I don't. They, I ain't got nothing to do with that, man. Yeah, that's it, man. Just was it thoughts and prayers? That's about all I can. I'm going way Republican on that shit now. But I do know this. I spent $60 on gas, on a full tank of gas for the first time.
Oh my God!
In quite some time, man. I have a 36-gallon tank, man. It was $2. Like it was like $2. It wasn't 60 on the head, but like it was close to it. But it was $2.14. Like for my version, for what I can get. And like I was like, yo, hey. I don't know. I mean, it's like, it's just, I'm like, yo, it's like really going down a lot, man. Like my man, like nothing else is going down, but that's gas is like, if I could bitch about, it was $2.46 to get 6 cents to get regular gas at one spot. Like, yo, that's like, the gas was so low that I just decided to get gas. I could have drove another car, but I was just like, I just don't trust it. It's gonna go up soon. Let me get this while the getting is good. And so, have a good time, man. Enjoy people, man. Appreciate you guys for chopping it up with me, and we will see you guys next time.